Hey guys, big disappointment. I accidentally pressed the wrong button for this cooking video for palaver. So I'm going to have to start again. I was showing you ingredients. I feel so bad. I'm going to have to rehash this. I've got meat, lamb and onions and garlic frying in there right now. So that's all I've done so far. Salt, Szechuan pepper. It's like a green pepper. It's something I'm trying. Arborio rice for the rice, but I'll explain these things as I use them. Cracked pepper, but I got ground pepper, but it will do. My OXO stock cubes, 2 of those I'll be using. Cumin, that's a main ingredient. The dish is palaver or palov. It's Middle Eastern risotto essentially. I grew up with it in my culture, which is a very mixed culture that I grew up with. Both my parents are born in China. Sorry, I might be sounding weird, but I'm rehashing because I screwed it up the last video. So sorry about that. Heaps of carrot too. Traditionally, it also has a lot of cultures put raisins in it. I don't like it with raisins, so I'm doing it untraditionally in that regards. I like to break the rules of tradition when I can, if it works, because a lot of tradition came from that anyway. Someone trying something different. So yeah, so the meat, I've got lamb in there. You use like a lamb leg. I've also added lamb shank meat with the lamb. Sorry, I spat. So lamb shank meat and like a roast leg meat cut up into little bits because you want the meat right through the ricey Middle Eastern risotto palaver. Love of the palaver. I think I caught up to where I was at. Show you this again. I was showing last time when I pressed the button. That's why. See the meat cooking with the onion, garlic. So 4 bits of garlic. It's a good amount of garlic. Can't really overdo it. It's a big part of it. And 2 onions. That was about 4 carrots. So I'm trying to give you amounts. Yeah. Oh man, I'm spewing that happened. The meat's still very much cooking. Oh man. So we're going to start adding spices now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I wouldn't do this in a kitchen, but I'm just cooking in my van, but I just get these cubes and I break them in my fingers. Kind of gross. Eee. I feel like I say the same things every time. I actually do. I'm horrible like that. You guys might think I'm original, but oh man, I do the same jokes all the time. Nearly all the time. You guys love it though, eh? Yeah. So I break that in there. So got the 2. It's a beautiful sunny day outside. I'll show you the outside. How cool is that? That's my pine spot. Secret spot. If I told you, I'd have to smother you with hugs. Oh, yeah. So mix the stock cubes in. Yeah. So it's a rice, like a Middle Eastern risotto. Oh, another thing I've got to say, I've never cooked this one before. My mum cooked it. It was beautiful. And I'm like, Mum, I'm going to do this in my van as a cooking video. Oh man. She watches my videos. I taste a lot when I cook too. That's my style. I'm by feel, so I'm probably not the best person to learn off if you're very like, nah, exactly amounts, because I go by feel. I bring the love to the cooking. Now, the Szechuan pepper. Again, this is me trying new things. I'm going to do... You know what? I'm going to do 3 good pinches. Oh, this stuff smells amazing, guys. Get your hands on this green pepper, Szechuan pepper. It's got other names. My cousin has got me onto it. Good amount of pepper dust. Get the pepper dust in there. Pepper's definitely a part of this dish. Bit disappointed. I was meant to buy cracked pepper. Cumin. Are you cumin or are you goon? You're cumin? Cumin, ground. It is better to have cumin seeds, roast them, and then pulverize them or whatever. But this stuff's not too bad. 1 pinch, 2 pinch, 3 pinch. You know what? 4 pinches. I want it to have a strong flavour to it. Hope I'm not overdoing it. Again, first time doing this. This dish, sorry guys, not first time doing a video, just this dish. Oh man, yes. Now I'm going to cook it fairly well, because I do want to get the meat tender, because even though the meat's going to then cook with the rice and the carrots, with the, carrots, meat, and all that, I want it to be tender when it's done, so. Oh man, guys, I think I'm nailing it. Seriously. But, oh, another thing, there's going to be a part 2 of this video with Palava, so Palava part 2. So just showing me eating it and critiquing myself, telling you how it turned out, because it is my first time. So 2 tablespoons of salt, because you've already put 2 stock cubes, and then the rice, don't want to over salt it. I'm a big believer in salting things correctly. That's why I like to taste things a lot. I think you could have all the right spices, all the right flavors, but if your salt levels aren't right, it can still be quite bland what you cook. Oh man. Wow. Wow, that spices taste amazing. That's going to really be interesting once it's done with the rice. And now the carrots are I said that really weird. Are normally cooked. Probably should have done that. I've cut them into like little cubes, but they're normally like strips about that long, about 1 inch long, thin kind of strips, not grater thin, just kind of, you know, 5mm thick, 1 inch thick strips normally. I'll add the carrot now. Yeah, so Palava rice, Middle Eastern risotto essentially. Again, you might you might have different names for it from your culture, whatever it is, but essentially, that I'm just telling you what I think I know, or what I know. Usually I have a pretty good idea with these things. I think sometimes people assume because someone's from a culture that they know everything about the culture, but it's not actually the case with a lot of people. So you can find someone that's not from a culture, but because they're passionate about that culture or a dish or the language or something, they might actually, some of them will actually know more about a culture than the people in the culture know. Especially when it comes to food, guys. So yeah, I found, I kind of do it. You meet someone from a culture and you assume they know everything about the culture. I've even talked to people about their own culture and they'll be like, oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. You know? Yeah, it's cool how that can happen. Not everyone feels like they need to be some sort of cultural ambassador. You know what I mean? I'm testing the meat just with the flavour and the spices, because obviously that's going to get cooked right. I reckon I feel like I'm going to nail it, but I shouldn't get my hopes up too early. Oh yeah. Oh, another thing I said, just like I did with the borscht video, is I believe you don't need any oil. I haven't added any oil. It's all coming from the fat getting cooked down. That's where the oil's coming from. Especially lamb, it's got its own kind of fattiness. Oh man. It's ready. Nah, not really. Again, part 2 with the ready. So we'll let it cook a little bit while I yap on. Oh, what else did I do in the other video? I made a little mini gourd for my staff. Clips on, see the little hook I made. But I lost the lid for it. I had a cute little lid and the lid popped off. Popanovsky like that Russian guy. And so just to give a comparison to the other gourd. So that's the other gourd I made. But yeah, so I'm going to have to remake a lid for that. Oh, it's getting steamy in here. Ooh, she's steamy. Got my little fan blowing away. Got the door open. Need the door open. It is like banya in here. What else is going to show you? So remember, I got the Emborio rice. It's a risotto rice, and I'm going to use this rice for that. I'm going to show you how I cook rice, because essentially with this dish, guys, and again, I haven't done this before, so you'll see the results with part 2. But with this dish just give that a wipe. With this dish, you essentially cook the meat up, and then when you add the rice, it's like you're cooking rice. So my mum a lot of people would do these in rice cookers. I'm doing it all on gas, so I'm going to actually show you how I cook rice on gas, and it's actually quite easy. There's a bit of a by feel part that I go by feel. It's pure visual, but might give you an idea. It seems to work pretty well for me. But I'll show you that part when I get to it. Oh, that's beautiful. Try the meat again. Oh man. Guys, this is going to be amazing. So you got the garlic, onion, carrots, meat, the 2 stock cubes, a bit of salt, Szechuan pepper. Certain Asian shops, have a look around, guys, and cumin. You can go without the Szechuan pepper. Normally, I don't think that's what people add to it. That's just me doing that. So don't feel you have to add that. But cumin's the main kind of spice. I've done 4 pinches. They're these big hands pinches. Maybe you'll do 5. But that seems pretty good amount. It's got a nice smell, nice fragrance. Oh, that's steamy. So what I'll do is I'll turn it down slightly now that the meat's cooked up a bit. And that's why I've been testing it, not only for how I like the spices, but oh man. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Okay, now we're going to add the rice. So we're going to add the rice dry on top of that meat. I've turned it right down. So I'll give you a visual how that's looking visually. Not press that button again and have to restart this video. See how that's looking? See, it's kind of cooked. All the meat, well, the meat is cooked. It's actually tenderized a little bit. Look at all that steam. Yep. So you're going to watch me add, I'll move this little bowl, the Emborio rice. Emborio. How is it? Arborio. Yeah. So I'll open this packet if it's not too hard for me. Careful, sharp knives. Be careful, sharp knives. Look at my deadly skills. Look at, ooh, you want to fight? Ooh. I'm a trained professional. Don't try that at home. Just got to work out this rice. I think I've done it. I've opened the rice. Now amount, it's a hard one to say because I'm going by feel, but you saw the bag. It's a 1 kilo bag. And you'll see what's left of the bag, and that might give you an indicator of what I did and how much I added. And I did have a lot of meat. I do recommend a lot of small cut meat in this with the lamb, okay? Now I've gone under half a bag. Let's have a look. So I will mix the rice in here. Again, slow cook at this point. Yep, more rice. Oh, shivers. Don't want to overdo it, but you know what? Oh, you know, guys, the only... Oh, you scared the crap out of me. Here. Here. Hey. Dog just scared the crap out of me, man. I just ate that with dry rice on it. I was going to give it to the dog. Oh, man. You saw that. So it's a guy that goes walking. His dog comes up to say hello. Oh, man. That scared the crap out of me. That's caught on video now. For your entertainment. Oh, man. Anyway. So that's a kilo of rice. Yep. You heard it from straight from the horse's mouth. So I've used a kilo. It looks pretty good. Hopefully that doesn't rise too much. Now water. So I'm just going to show you how that rice mixed in looks on the low heat. See that, guys? Obviously rice expands tremendously. So I'm going to put water in it and then show you how much water I put in it. That's the only way I could show you how I do it. Again, by feel. Some people like this many cups and all that. And sorry guys, it's not me. You saw I put a kilo of rice. Easy a kilo of meat, I reckon I had chopped up fine bits of meat. And you might think that's overdoing it, but the meat, having a lot of meat really flavours it. And is a real big part of this dish. Now, just to show you how I do it, I've put the rice about that much over the, the water, sorry, not the rice, that much water over it. So I'm showing you practically how I cook rice. Put a lid on it, it's only got a little peeper hole, so you have to have the lid. Crank the stove right up. Now you hear me, this is important with cooking the rice and this dish. So, I've cranked that right up now that I've had the water right and stuff. As soon as it starts boiling, that's where you turn it right down. And then turn right down with the lid on, always with the lid on at this point. With the lid on, and just give it at least 15 minutes right down. And the rice will steam and cook. That's me telling you how I do it. That's how I cook rice. It turns out pretty spot on. The only thing I didn't do with this because of the dynamics in my van is normally with rice, I found I wash rice thoroughly. Some rice is different to other rice, so sometimes you rely on the starchiness, but I try to get as much of that starchiness out of it normally, but in this case, because of how I've done it, I haven't washed the rice. Should we wait around till it boils and I turn it down? No, I've explained it. The next video will be me eating it and critiquing myself with it. Thank you for watching me making palaver. This is Borry Berry. You stay classy, yo.